Are we connecting? Is everything going? Everything look good?
See us
Sound good?
on Twitch. Can I
Everything
hear
look
us real
good,
quick?
sound good?
On Twitch.
Can you hear it? I don't know. Can you hear us? How long's the delay? I don't know.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Send out all the messages.
Yes. Everything's sent out. Make sure everyone knows. Tell the world.
Like to signify us.
Let everyone know. Guys, hey Faith, glad you're here. Tell us that we're about to start. We'll be starting the podcast soon. And we're in the pre-show.
It's pre-show time.
Hello, hello. And that the world should come together.
Great.
And watch our show.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Man, this rabbit hole that I found is just getting deeper. I'm going to stop here. But what started as a weird thing to mention is maybe going to be the biggest story of the podcast now.
I don't know. I've got a surprise up my sleeve.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you with a little pop quiz. But together.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
You're ready? We can do that. See how much of a nerd you really are.
Yes. Test me. Probably gonna fail.
That's all right. Maybe we'll learn something.
All right. We are live on all platforms. Everything is.
That's good. That's good. That's with them. Double checking on my notes. Double checking my tabs. Yes, I think I'm good.
I came to laugh at you.
Came to laugh at you. Yes. What answer did you expect?
I love him so much. It's the best.
Yeah. He's the best character by far.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I think my two, Char's definitely one of my favorite characters. And I think Emma may be.
Yeah, Lieutenant Emma's pretty great.
Well, I like quite a few of them, but like that's if somebody's like, all right, you're gonna be, the proverbial, they're gonna be a foxhole with you. Those two definitely come to mind.
Yeah.
But I like Bright a little bit right after that.
Laggy.
Well.
I'm going to try turn the camera off and on again, see if it fixes it. But if not, we're just going to have laggy tray tonight.
Okay. Oh, guy.
Aha, I'm back. There we go. No, the light. No, the stream deck.
Everybody could see that more clearly.
Well, this is life. C'est la vie. There we go. Everything. I dropped everything to be here for this podcast.
It was. No, you didn't.
No, I really didn't. I was looking at news up until the minute of. Oh man! All right. I think everything's going.
So. You want your pop quiz now or later?
Ooh, I could take it early. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we wait till after the pre-show, or should we do it in the pre-show?
That's what I'm asking you. We could, there's a point here to stop, and I got 10 questions for you.
Okay, I think we wait right after the pre-show and we do it instead of weeks, or still do weeks, not instead of weeks. We start with it instead of weeks. That'd be fun.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that sounds good.
Give a welcome to the show too, because I forgot to do that. I was looking at that news topic.
See? Golly.
We got some weird stuff to talk.
I know a couple of them, but I definitely don't know them all.
I'm excited, but it's gonna be weird. Cleaning up some of those tabs there. Could be go now. Just waiting for the time of the normal pre-show, because I did not get a pre-show topic prepared.
Okay.
Did not have one this week. I should have.
The heck is wrong with you? Gosh.
There is currently a ladybug inside the heavy arms that I have on my desk. And I don't want to scare it, but I also don't want it to die inside my heavy arm.
Yeah. See? First the ants with it. We predicted this.
Mm-hmm.
We predicted this.
It crawled up his leg.
Well, ladybugs aren't as smart as ants, but it's got the right idea.
I don't know if you can see it inside.
I can't. Oh, yeah, okay.
Right back there.
I think I do. Yes.
That dark spot that should not be dark.
Yeah, yes.
This thing starts moving, I will punch it.
Yes.
All right, we've had about 7 minutes of pre-show. I think I'm ready to kick this thing off if you are.
Absolutely.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Rungren.
We got some stuff to talk about tonight, but before that, I believe that I'm getting tested.
I've got a pop quiz for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did a little bit of studying today. I might have to think about how to ask exactly a couple of this. Okay. Now, I know very well that you are a Kamen Rider fan.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out how much of a fan you really think you are.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for coming to laugh at me, Shar.
So, the very first series was supposed to be based on a manga.
By Shotaro Ishinomori, yeah.
Yeah. What was that manga?
Oh, I don't think it was called Kamen Rider. I think it was called... I don't know. I'm going to say Masked Warrior, but I don't think that's right.
Well, you are correct in the fact that that's not right.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
That's what I thought.
So, number one, I'm going to mark down here as you got wrong. It's supposed to be based on Skullman.
Okay, Skullman. That's right. Because he went on later to make Kamen Rider Skull and to make Taiki in the Kamen Rider Spirits manga use the Skullman motif.
Okay. So, for the second question, so you know a little bit about it, why did they change it?
I know this information. I don't know if I have it right, though. I've heard this information and I've read it for myself. I believe it was because Devilman came out around the same time, and Ishinomori was afraid that it would be too similar of a name.
Okay, that might be true. But the information I got is just when they came ready to do the show, Skullman was too dark.
Okay. That also makes sense.
Yeah, it was because there's murders and a lot of stuff in there. It's rather dark. And the no spoilers or anything, but it's a messed up manga with a messed up ending.
I
Just from
don't
the
doubt it.
I got.
Knowing
So
Ishinomori's work, I don't doubt it.
okay. Um, so they didn't use Skull Man.
Right.
Number 3. Okay. So this made a huge change in something.
All right.
What was the motif that the artist went for instead of Skull Man? Yeah, what did they decide to use
instead of Skullman?
Yeah, what design? I'm trying to think of a good way to ask it. Let me do it this way. For the first series, what inspired the first costume?
Oh, okay. The first costume was inspired by, and I might be wrong on this, but if I remember correctly, the first costume was inspired by a bug. I believe it to either be a mantis or a grasshopper that Shotaro Ishimori saw.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. They went to nature, decided on insects. The very first one's a grasshopper.
Yeah.
All right.
There were plans to have a second rider instead of Kamen Rider Nego. The plan was to have a villain rider originally that was mantis themed. And that doesn't actually come back until Kamen Rider O's when they give him mantis arms. Which is like 30 years later.
Okay. Pretty good. You got that one. All right. So, the first season didn't quite go as planned, and it ends up with 2 heroes.
Okay. Right.
What caused that?
The actor for, and I'm trying to remember his name because I know it. The actor for Kamen Rider Ichigo was injured. He had, if I remember correctly, it's a leg injury, and he was unable to be on set and do his stunts. So they had to bring in a second rider, and they didn't know if he would recover or not, but then he did. I want to say it was Sanshiro, Sagato Sanshiro, his actor, which is... Oh, I know the name.
I'm definitely gonna give you this one.
I can't think of the name. I'm so sorry. Kamen Rider Ichigo.
But it was a motorcycle accident that caused it. That caused his leg injury. All right. True or false?
Hey, Roxanne.
True or false? The series has ran for a long time. The last series was in 2017.
The last series of Kamen Rider?
Yeah.
It's false.
That's false. You are correct, sir.
Geets is airing right now.
The things you're getting on. What is the current Kamen Rider series called?
That's Kamen Rider Geets.
Is it?
A reference to Kamen Rider Gitsune. Though we also just had Kamen Rider Black Sun that came out concurrently along with Kamen Rider Geets. It and Kamen Rider Amazons are the first time that we've had 2 shows come out currently with each other because they're made by 2 different teams.
Are you aware of a series called Kamen Rider ZO?
So ZO finished, I guess in 2019.
Okay.
It still has movies that come out, but the show itself is finished.
Very good. Right. Oh,
some people pronounce it G-O.
Roll, man.
That's up to people.
Fair enough. It's probably maybe closer. Okay. Now the hero, the Kamen Rider in Geo, is named. And forgive me, correct this. His name should be his name Sogo. Excuse me. Sogo.
Tokiwa Sogo.
Okay. But that. True or false? Is that character that character is very trained in cunning?
Trained and cunning. No, that is false. He may want to be a king, but he does not know what he's doing.
You're saying he's untrained.
Yes.
This will be a little bit different. Okay. So, true or false? There have been non-Japanese adaptations.
Yes, that's true. Master Rider came out over here in the West. It was an adaptation of Kamen Rider Black and had a little bit of Kamen Rider Ryuki in there as well. I think it actually was supposed to be Ryuki, but then they used some suits from Black. And it has what is probably the funniest. I know this is not part of the question. I'm sorry. It's probably the funniest moment in the movie from Master Rider, which is the movie referencing when all the old original 7 Kamen Riders come in to help, and they get all of the names wrong. And Kamen Rider Stronger is called Rider Commander.
I think that will actually cover you for 8 and 9.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to point out that there is apparently there's a number of Taiwanese adaptations. And apparently Saban, I couldn't find much on this, but apparently Saban tried it in 1995.
Yeah.
After that would be after Power Rangers, I believe.
Right.
Started.
Yeah, that was Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, which was straight Ryuki.
Yeah. And then 9 is there is an unofficial Thai adaptation.
Nice.
Chayo Productions.
There's also a Korean version of Sentai, so I wouldn't be surprised if they made some Rider as well.
Yeah. So they and Chayo is may not be pronounced right. Chayo Productions. They made it even though the Kamen Rider did not sign off on it.
Right.
That. Their last one, because you got on a roll there. You started off kind of rough.
Yeah.
You got on a roll there. The true or false? People don't parody it much who are fans.
That's definitely false. There's so many Kamen Rider parodies. I follow like 7 parody artists on Twitter that have like full suits they've made, that have their own henshins. I parody it myself.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of definitely parodies. The transformation pose pops up in a list of animated video games. And then I didn't know because I never watched it, but apparently even One Punch Man put an homage in there with Moomin Rider.
Yeah.
Through that. All right. Well, that was pretty good. You missed the first 2, but then you just rolled right through the other one. That's an 80.
That's really fun.
Oh, heck yeah. I will hurry. I was looking at the quiz.
I was really worried when you mentioned it was a Kamen Rider quiz because I've watched a lot of the older Rider and a lot of the newer Rider, and there's like this weird middle ground that I haven't seen any of those shows at all. And so when you said it was a Rider quiz, I was like, oh boy. We start hitting Kamen Rider J, I'm in trouble.
It has 29 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And
all right,
bunch of movies.
Pretty good. On that.
I enjoyed that. That was fun.
I don't. Wow. Shall we discuss weeks?
Yeah, let's do some weeks then. How's your week been, Rungry?
Pretty good. I got notes made for me today, so don't forget anything.
Nice.
Because we've been doing movies, and I talked about the Merlin movies before.
Yeah.
With Sam Neill, and we watched a couple more, and we watched Merlin's Apprentice, which was made in 2008.
Yeah.
And Sam Neill is Gandalf again, but it doesn't line up with the other movies.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I think it's just meant to stand alone.
Right.
Though, look at that. And then but they had a couple of characters back. And kind of they just turned the story a little bit more.
Yeah.
To get in. So it was good. Then the watched Merlin the Return.
Okay.
This one was weird. Okay, this one came out in 2000. So, it's a 22-year-old movie,
Right.
and 22-year-olds are weird. The
That's true. That's
the
true.
no, and this was kind of funny. It kind of worked out for the week. You'll understand why in a bit, but it was like a time travel.
Okay.
Now it was a completely different Merlin. I think that Merlin was Rick Mayall. Um, they had an interesting. They had all of them have canon stuff in it from the old tale.
Hmm.
Or which actually the one I'm thinking
Slow
of.
down, Will.
I know.
Our
Golly.
next command. Slow down, Will.
the they all had I don't know, and I think the actual compiled story I'm thinking of was actually written by a French guy, but that's not
Yeah.
the point. The but the Merlin the Return, there wasn't that surprise in it, as they spent lots of money on it because
Yeah.
they had Adrian Paul as Lancelot.
Of course.
So that it you have taken it
Yeah.
to another level when when Adrian Paul is in it. But they're not. They're goofy. They're a little bit silly, but they're not terrible.
Hmm.
They're not terrible. They were a fun watch. But then I had the honor of watching one of the greatest trilogies of all time, Bill and Ted.
Nice.
Yeah, which we watched Excellent Adventure, which came out in 1988.
Yeah.
The George Carlin was in that time at that time. They which is really, I don't know how to explain it. I like that movie, and it's just a funny, neat idea. And Bill and Ted are so dumb.
Yeah.
They're so dumb. Stuff works out for them, right? And then
So great.
so great. Oh, most non-heinous. The
You haven't seen
but
that movie. If you're one of our younger viewers, because I see the age numbers on YouTube, most of our viewers are around my age group. We do have some really young viewers. If you're one of the younger viewers and you haven't watched it, you absolutely need to watch that movie. It's incredible. The first movie alone is incredible. The others are great, but that first movie is just, they struck gold.
yeah, there's just something about it. Yeah. The second one, we watched Bogus Journey,
Mm-hmm.
and that came out in '91, and I like it, but
Nice.
it's just not as good.
Yeah.
Just not. See, he's not crazy anymore. He's not 22. The no, the
I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
No, I messed it up. Keep going. I messed up the quote.
Okay.
Just ignore me.
I don't like that movie as much. Oh, we are. It does annoy it. Oh,
Dude.
and I can't help it. I really like the guy that plays Socrates.
Yeah.
So great
Yeah.
on that. There's parts in that. Some of the characters are all right. I think Death is a cool character.
Yeah.
But I don't like it as much as the first one. And then the last one, how long I waited for it, came out in 2020.
Yeah.
And which is kind of weird, but cool at the same time.
Hmm.
The it's a Bill and Ted movie,
Right.
so it's really dumb stuff in it. Real dumb stuff with time travel. Taking historical figures and moving them where they're not supposed to be.
Right.
The they're putting together a dream band. I won't spoil it for anyone. They're putting together like the greatest band they can. 100% behind them on their first two choices. The third choice, I'll spoil this one. I would not get Mozart.
Yeah.
You get Bach.
Yeah.
But that's a personal thing. Anyway, picking on it. But it's what they did though, because the premise of the movie is we're supposed to write a song.
Yeah.
That kind of united everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it comes out at the end of the movie it was kind of clever.
Yeah.
I believe they dug themselves out of a hole because obviously, we're as far as the multiverse goes. It's real. As far as the multiverse
It's
goes,
real.
we live in a universe, and apparently they do too, where Wild Stallions didn't write that song,
Right.
and that's what Face the Music is about.
Yeah.
Right. The way it comes
Couldn't
together
remember the
is,
subtitle for that one. It's Face the Music. Yeah.
it's clever. I like it. So I spent many hours watching goofy movies.
Nothing wrong with that.
How was your week?
Well, my week's been pretty good. We had a good time with Lotro yesterday. And then the goal was to, get to level 30. What level was I supposed to get to originally? Level 36?
Yes.
Okay. About that.
What have you done? What have you done?
I was questing and getting Rivendell Friendship, and I may be level 38.
All right. I got.
So I'll be good for a little while, but I'm also
Yeah.
gonna finish the chain that I'm on right now, so I might be closer to 39 by Monday.
Okay.
But I want my elk, man. I found I had stuff in my inventory that was like, hey, this will give you more Rivendell XP for a Rivendell reputation, but you have to do this quest first. It's like, okay, well, where is this quest? And it was like, we'll go back to the last bridge, and so I started all that chain, and
So, no, that's cool. Very good. Very good.
level 38 now.
All right.
But enjoying that. And then I finished off Xenoblade.
Well, finally, dude.
That ending's real good, man. That ending's real good. No, I got
Hold it together.
I got the review up already. So if people want to hear me, gush, they can go there and check it out. Actually wound up with a lot more not spoilers to say about the gameplay and the world and everything than I thought. And that's like 10 full minutes of the review. And then the rest, which is like another 15, is all just story. That game's good. That game's real good. I like it a lot.
You're being called on your knockoff diet, whatever you have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my knockoff diet soda. You can see the colors aren't quite right.
Yeah.
But it's cheaper. So, and I drink less of it. Just don't tell them what I was doing before the podcast started with the cans and how many there were, and then they'll believe me when I say I drink less of it.
Right.
But no, that I know I gotta get those emotes done. I know. Xenoblade, really good, absolutely worth playing. Just remember, it's really long. Took me 107 hours. But since I beat Xenoblade, I had time to put into Digimon Survive.
Okay.
Now
you had time into that, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm 6 chapters in.
Yeah.
Already, and that was when I logged back in. Playing a visual novel style game like that, and then taking a 4-month break is a big mistake. Because I spent 15-20 minutes just trying to figure out where I was and what had just happened in the story, and I got caught up, and I'm moving forward with it, but I could have spent that time something else,
Yeah.
But that game's still really good. I got my first ultimate Digimon out of the team, not just my main character, and that was cool. And so I'm going to keep chipping away at that. I also put some more time into Vampire Survivors because the DLC came out.
Oh.
DLC is $3.
Oh, man.
And is a whole... Go ahead, sorry.
Break my wallet. I can't
do
it. No.
It's a whole new map with a bunch of new characters. Yeah, it's out really quick, the DLC. And they specifically say that they didn't want to charge more money for it than $3 because they didn't feel like it was at the quality where they should charge a lot. And I don't understand how they got to that because it's 7 new characters, all of which have a brand new weapon. The map is full of a bunch of cool secrets, and you can use any character on it. It's got a lot of different areas you can go into it. So, yeah, no, it's good. It's real good, and it has me really wanting to play more Vampire Survivors. So it did the job.
Yeah.
Great game. Great game.
See, yeah. That makes me think of a game I played. You had me play this week called Rustler. It was wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, you know.
It was funny. It was funny. That game is wrong. I don't believe they were taking the medieval world seriously when they.
No,
When they
it it didn't seem like that to me.
Okay, not just me. Good deal.
I also put a little bit of time into Guild Wars 2's like felt again holiday event, Winter's Day,
Okay.
and it was. How do I word this?
Cheesy.
It is cheesy, right? For sure.
Okay.
But it's also wonderfully on the nose, I guess is the way I would say
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Where it's like, hey, you can do this thing called toy box defense, where you have to defend these cattle, basically, from these manic wild toys, and you put up tower defense stuff to defend them. There's a strike where you go in and fight snowmen to remind them of the true value of Christmas, basically.
Still.
It's just really fun stuff like that. It's not, I don't think it's as in-depth as some of the other events, because a lot of it is, hey, running around the main city for the humans and donating gifts to children, to orphans specifically. It's cool. So,
Okay.
fun, worth doing, I think. The weapons you get from it are really cool. I'll give some boxes to orphans if it means that I get a sick hammer. Yeah, it already is like 30 minutes on the podcast. It's insane. There was something else for my week. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, I played a little bit of Crisis Core Reunion.
Oh, okay.
That video will be going up hopefully tomorrow.
Did you now?
It is still very much the PSP game,
Okay.
but it doesn't look like it for the most part. It still plays the same way. It still runs basically the same way. Combat is not changed, but all of the textures in the background and stuff look way better, and the character models look pretty good. They don't look great. It's like if you take a low poly model and up-res it, you can fill it out a little bit, but you can't completely change it, right? Like Will said, we gotta hurry up. We're 30 minutes in the podcast already. But the real negative for me with it, and I hate that this is a negative, I really do, because I love Crisis Core. It's my favorite Final Fantasy VII game out of the whole batch. Crisis Core is amazing. That new voice actor for Zack just is not doing it for me. I replayed Crisis Core like 5 times over the course of my life, and I have Zack's voice burned into my mind.
That's not it?
That's not him. And he's not doing a bad job. It's not like he's going in the booth and just like throwing it away, but it
Did they
just
actually change the dialogue?
they didn't. That's the worst part. It's the same lines.
Right. Now we're not paying that guy another royalty.
Yeah, and that guy's still alive. It's not like he's dead. I looked it up during the video because I was like, is that why they... No, they just didn't want to pay him to do it again, I guess. And it really sucks because it automatically takes me out every time. I might wind up switching to the Japanese voices.
Okay.
Just so I don't have to... Because everybody else is the same as far as I can tell. Director Lazard's the same. Aunt Gilles the same. And so I get into it. I'm in. I'm listening to the voices. I'm paying attention to the cutscenes. And then here's the new guy. And it just doesn't sound right.
Maybe they wanted you to feel like Zack was new.
Maybe. It's... Unironically, with what's going on, it's possible. With what's going on in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know. It's an unfortunate blemish on what otherwise is a really, really great remake. Because it is just Crisis Core, but it looks better.
Okay.
So. But that's been my week.
Do that. Just do that.
Mm-hmm. That's all I want from remasters. Don't change the gameplay.
Right.
Don't change the story. Definitely don't change the actors.
Look, We got new hardware and software and all that really cool stuff. You know, the hardware is a lot better. It can render stuff a lot better. I just want to see it more.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see it how I was seeing it in my head.
Right. And the PC version does have controller support, which is nice. I did want to give a quick shout out to Rabtunes because I got the copy for free as part of a giveaway. So thanks again, Rabtunes, for that. Really appreciate that because I was not going to be able to buy it till sometime next year when it went on sale. So thanks so much. That video exists hopefully tomorrow because of you. Get into reviews.
All right. All right.
Now, we have a couple reviews tonight, and these are pretty interesting in my mind.
Okay.
We're going to start with a game that most people probably have not heard of, but I think is fairly interesting, and that is Blacktail.
All right.
Now, this is Xbox Series X, Series S, PlayStation 5, PC exclusive. It's made by Parasite and Focus Entertainment. This is a weird game in a lot of ways to talk about. Because if you ask me, well, what's the genre for Blacktail? I'm going to tell you, it looks like it is a first-person archery game.
Okay. Well, if it was Black Adder, I'd give it a 99. But if it was Black Tail, I'm going to go 83.
All right. We got a 99 from Will. Will just has faith in every game that it will succeed.
Yeah.
I wish he was right.
Well, I think we got an automatic 76. The layout. What have you done with the layout, Trey?
I don't know. I put the ice cream up.
Okay.
Oh, talking about my name? How my name is still... We'll leave it up till the end of reviews because I forgot. We'll leave it up till the end of reviews. I forgot. All right. We had a 95 from Faith. The score is 81.
Oh, that's close. That's close. Overshot a little bit. It's like the odd number.
A little bit. Now, I have what is probably my favorite review of the week here for you. This is from True Achievements. We haven't covered them in a long time.
All right.
Blacktail is beautiful. From the sun-kissed rivers found in its summer-themed areas to its foreboding spider-infested caves, every inch of the world has been a pleasure to explore. While the morality system doesn't offer the impactful experience we had hoped, it's a lovely way to measure your interaction with the world, adding to the game's overarching enjoyability. Combat is fun and well-balanced, but sits behind Blacktail's explorative... That's not how you say that word. Explorative... Thank you. Elements as the most exciting feature on offer. It's stunning to look at, exciting to explore, and enjoyable to play. Charming. You're right, Will. Thank you. I put that in the wrong spot. Just going to pretend I didn't make that. There we go.
I'm counting her 76, but you're welcome to steal it. Sounds like they enjoyed the game.
Seems like it.
Overall.
They could have probably used the word explore about 4 times less, but
I don't think so. About 5 times more.
On the other hand, we have But Why Though, who says, players familiar with fast-paced combat, dark depictions of fairy tales will find that Blacktail has a lot to offer. Unfortunately, however, Blacktail often trips over its own feet by trying too hard to create a large variety of gameplay mechanics and easily losing track of the goals of its narrative. I want to mention real quick before you make your guess, Blacktail seems to have a lot of Slavic mythology in it, which is pretty rare in video games. It's mainly just like The Witcher with a little bit of Fable in there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
One or the other. One or the other.
It's either 99 or below a 1.
Golly. All right. I'm going to say 76.
All right.
76. That's my answer. I'll steal it first.
Got a 74 from Faith. Okay.
I think that might be getting a little bit closer though.
The answer is 79.
Really? Okay. I thought you'd be closer by going a little bit lower, but no. Okay.
Ironically, that 79 still being below 80 actually makes me more excited to try this game because I bet the good parts of it are really good.
Well, I would like to know, like, I would like to check out. Hey, what are you digging into? What exactly? Tell me about the lore behind the game.
Yeah.
So I don't want to miss that going through it. But yeah, it sounds interesting.
Now, you might not be as interested in this next game. Our second game for review tonight, which is High on Life.
Oh my god. Okay.
Anybody who doesn't know, this is made by Squanch Games. This is the one that has Justin Roiland, the Rick and Morty creator, as the main writer, studio head, who also voices a lot of the characters in the game.
I'm gonna go 92.
Okay. 75 from Faith.
Okay.
1,000 from Will.
Play this game.
Will believes in Justin Roiland. Okay. Let me read some of these.
I would like the score.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. The score is 69.
No.
69.
69, dude. We're tying it back into the weeks.
Back to the 10. All right. Now, and some of these reviews. Multiplayer First says, the game serves as an excellent foundation for what is hopefully the start of a franchise. The gameplay is fun, though with flaws, and the writing and story are hilarious, despite overstaying in some parts. And, visually speaking, I think this might be one of the best-looking games I've played all year, thanks to its unique art direction. As a title that is part of this month's Game Pass offering, I cannot recommend this anymore. And if you aren't a subscriber and fancy the dark humor Roiland is known for, it's well worth the price of admission.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So,
but why though?
Anyway, basically, it came down. Hey, if you got Game Pass, you're gonna be able to play it for free anyway. Check it out.
Yeah. But why though comes in swinging again with anyone who isn't thrilled at the idea of having Roiland constantly chattering in their ear for a dozen hours straight will likely find the game's incessant need to force itself on the player annoying. With the addition of uncompelling combat, frustrating exploration, and a lack of anything else to offer players, High on Life is one of the most annoying, derivative, and slogging experiences in years.
Okay. So you didn't like it, is what you're saying?
That is a direct hit piece.
Wow. All right.
I normally don't read a bonus third, but I want to just read this short one for you.
Okay.
From The Guardian of all places, that says, this first-person shooter from Rick and Morty's co-creator pairs a barrage of nihilistic jokes with flimsy gameplay. That's the whole review. Just
okay. Descriptive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 63.
Okay. 68 and a 0.00001. I missed a 0. I'm sorry, 0.
Yes. He may be closer.
Right. The recommended score is 40%.
All right, we were closer, but not by much.
Now, I want to mention, before anybody's like, man, Trey just really seems to not like this game. It seems almost giddy that this game's reviewing so poorly. I watched a bunch of footage for this game today so that I could have an opinion before we covered it for reviews.
Yeah.
That gun will not stop talking. You pause the game, you unpause the game, and the gun calls you out for pausing the game. Then the gun starts talking about how you should know better and to have to pause the game. Just pull the trigger. Just pull the trigger. You're trying all the buttons. What are you, some kind of idiot? Just pull the trigger. You should know how games work by this point. Just pull the trigger. Gun, just be quiet. Maybe I don't want to shoot that person, okay? Just calm down.
Hey.
So it makes me think a lot of Borderlands 2 or Borderlands 3 with Shoot Me in the Face. No, that is Borderlands 2. Shoot Me in the Face.
Yeah.
Just that's the game. It's that guy constantly telling you shoot me in the face for the entire game, basically. I saw a clip with a character that was dying, and your character promises to stay there until they're dead, to stay with them till they're dead. And the joke is that the character's dying, but it's taking them a long time to die. And so every time you go to walk away, they go, "What? You promised you'd stay here with me." So then you come back, and they die again. And then you go to leave it, "But you promised." And then after a couple times, they just start cursing you out. And it's like, man, this joke might have been funny if you'd done it once. It's not funny when you just do it over and over and over again. Like, you either have to do it once or 1,000 times, and both of those are funny. But anywhere in between those two just does not work.
Yeah. Huh?
So, anyway, yeah, that's High on Life. I'm not going to make a video on it. I don't care that I can play it through Game Pass. It's not happening. I'm not going to subject myself to that.
Yes.
I thought I was going to have a panic attack watching a streamer play it. The gun just would not stop talking.
That one's off the table.
It was like having me in the room with you. So, yeah, that's reviews. Sorry, I kind of went off on that one. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. We're back on track.
Let's move on to announcements, and I'm going to fix my name real quick. That was paid for last podcast. There we go. All right, so announcements. We got some cool stuff been announced. Pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
First one, of course, is that Trails into Reverie is coming out July 7th.
Okay, so that's getting played for Game of the Year next year, I'm sure.
100%. This game came out like 3 years ago in Japan, and I have somehow avoided spoilers.
Nice.
Better than me, no way. So, I'm pretty stoked for it. I cannot wait. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait, but I can't wait.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yes.
Next announcement. Again, some of these are really short. Some of these are going to be pretty long. Guild Wars 2 has a winter sale coming. We don't know all that's going to be in there, but the big thing they mentioned, it's going to start on the 22nd, is that there will be discounts on all the expansions. So,
okay.
Something for people to keep in mind if you're looking to get that. Those are a landmine for that game, trying to avoid. Yeah, they really are. People really like to talk about Reverie for some reason. But so far, I have ducked them. Although every once in a while, I'll get a comment on one of the reviews for one of the other Trail games that's like, just wait till you get to Reverie and you see what happens with, oh, I can't say what character. And it's like, all right, look, you don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do
Not
this.
like this.
Just
Not like this.
Just let me wait in peace. Next up, announcement-wise, One Piece Odyssey finally has a release date, and it's January 13th. This is the big One Piece game where you're going to be able to go through the entire story. Started playing the audio on that trailer with some like weird changes. It's not just the story this time. It's like an altered version of the story. So you're experiencing the story again, but not just by playing through it like a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game. Instead, you're just everything's shuffled around. Thank you, Faith. Everything's shuffled around, and you have to fix it. It seems like, which is kind of like Xenoverse, I guess. This one's story based, not mission based.
All right.
The One Piece is real. Do that, boy. Pretty stoked for that. That's the third time that light has fallen off.
It does not like you.
Bro, stop it. Just sit there. Okay? Stay.
I don't have a ladder. Apologize.
Can we get it?
Don't have a ladder.
Next up,
Okay.
we have a Warhammer 40K TV show that has been announced. No, it's not. The light is not the one with the ladybug in it. That's this guy. That's Heavy Arms.
Knocking
Uh,
it down.
not
Yes,
only
you
do we
have.
have a Warhammer 40K TV show that's been announced, but this one's special. So we need to talk about Henry Cavill for a second. Henry Cavill is no longer playing Superman.
That's one role he's no longer doing. Yes,
and it's a shame. He's also no longer playing Geralt, as we know. We talked about that when that was revealed. It has since come out that the reason that he's not involved in Geralt's project is because with The Witcher is that they wouldn't listen to him. The writers wouldn't listen to him as to how Geralt should be played. We talked about that when it came out. Doesn't seem like that's what's going on with Superman, but Games Workshop went, hey, this guy really likes 40K, and he seems to like dive into anything he likes and become an expert on it.
Yeah.
What if we didn't just ask him to act in a Warhammer 40K TV show? We also made him the executive producer.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure he's going to appear somewhere. Well, the to varying degrees of opinion, there's, a lot of the stuff that we've had, say, brought to screen in some form of fashion has been, a lot of that has been disappointing.
Yes, absolutely.
Or hasn't pulled. Now, they tried a Warhammer movie.
Yeah.
Not 40K, but a Warhammer movie.
Right.
It did not go over very well.
No, it didn't. The Ultramarines movie didn't go over very well either.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate.
I don't know. Except for Amazon. Except for the fact that Amazon's doing it.
Yeah, I was going to get to that next.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they partnered with Amazon.
Yeah. It sounds like a good move.
Yeah. I am tentatively excited because I believe that Cavill will try to keep it lore accurate, right? I believe that Cavill will try to keep it in line. And Henry Cavill, I know I say this every time we talk about you with Warhammer. You want to come on the podcast and talk about Warhammer, we will do it. And we will just talk about how cool that universe is. But I don't trust Amazon.
Yeah.
I do trust Cavill.
Right.
I sort of trust Games Workshop. So that puts me as a net positive over a net negative.
Okay.
But it absolutely could go either way. And my hope is that he will spearhead it so that it does not go the way that Rings of Power, Halo, demoted then promoted. Yeah. Because what's he going to be? Is he going to be a custodian or is he going to be the emperor of mankind?
The executive producer. But yeah, which a story that big, it has to be a series, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think you can really pull it off in a long trilogy.
No, I agree. And a lot of people are going, well, the series is probably going to be Custodes versus orcs, or it's probably going to be Space Marines versus Tau. Realistically, it's probably going to be the Horus Heresy. That's the biggest moment in the 40K universe. That's the start of 40K is the Horus Heresy. Yeah,
well, I was going to say there's a based on previous actions, there's a story there up to this point. There's a canon story.
Yeah.
That go. Each time they put out a thing, they add more to the story, I believe.
Yeah. And the story where we're at right now, the Golden Throne is in danger. So building up to that on TV would be really cool.
Yeah. So the biggest thing for players and probably for 40K to do would be to stick to that as close as possible. Put it on screen.
Yeah.
Like this is where we are.
Yeah.
Look at our game,
My wish list, though, if I get to say what I want the series to be, I don't, but if I did, I would want the series to be about a single troop of Imperial Guard, Band of Brothers style, as they go through planet to planet, losing members, recruiting new, and each planet they go to is under attack by a different like enemy force. So like this episode it's them against the orcs. This episode it's them against the Chaos Space Marines. This episode it's them against the Tau. This episode the Tyranids eat them all, you know.
Yeah.
And then you have like a Space Marine run in episode 2 or like towards the end of episode 1, and the thing the guard was just barely able to kill, that Space Marine comes in and just destroys the next one. And that way, 5 episodes later, when a Space Marine's getting eaten by a Carnifex, the audience is like, how are our boys going to survive this? And the answer is they're not. They're not going to survive. The Carnifex is going to eat them all. But
I don't think they need you to write it, Trey.
it would be great. But no, it's another reason that I think it's probably the Heresy is because the only like image that Games Workshop put out for it is an Aquila, the Imperial Aquila, which is the 2 eagles back to back, with one wing like melting away. And that's what makes me think that it's probably the Horus Heresy, where a bunch of the Space Marine chapters defect to Chaos. And the entire like left arm of the Imperium is destroyed, basically. Who knows? It could be Sisters of Battle burning people. Who knows?
Maybe.
I'm down.
I doubt it, but maybe.
So we'll see.
All right.
Next up, and this is our last big announcement for the podcast this week before we get into news. The next Super Sentai series has been announced, and it's King Oger. The Gian. Oh, if the Gian popped up, that would be so good.
It's called what?
The Gian from First Gundam, remember?
No, the
King Oger. Sorry.
Okay.
I have that hyphen in the wrong.
Oh my goodness.
The theme seems to be a theme of insects and mechanics and fantasy. Insect warriors with kingly temperament.
Okay.
So could be pretty cool. The suits look pretty nice. I'll pull up a picture for everybody to see here. Because why not? I'll send that picture to you as well.
Here. All right. Send it.
Picture up, save it, grab it, drop it. There we go. And then I will send it to you.
Everybody see it? Look at
Copy.
That. Are they?
You.
Okay.
So,
okay.
They look pretty cool. Now we did get the names for each ranger too. The red ranger is Kuwaga Oger, which means he's a stag beetle. The blue is Tonba Oger, which means he's a dragonfly. Yellow is Kamakiri Oger, which means it's a mantis. The purple is Papillon Oger, which means it's a butterfly. The black is Hachi Oger, which means he's a wasp.
Okay.
It'll be pretty cool.
Now, is this following the same formula? Are they cutting out? Is there a precondition? Is there a pre-existing thing, or is this the Japanese release?
This is the Japanese version.
Got you. So this is the original release of this.
Yeah, and Sentai goes for a different theme every year. The last year's theme, Dawn Brothers, which is wrapping up soon, is based on the story of Momotaro. And so this one is going a very different direction from that. But that's Sentai. Every year you get something wild and crazy. So
Okay.
But that's pretty cool. So we'll move into news. I will make, real quick too, before we move on from this, I will make a reaction to the trailer when it first comes out, the teaser trailer. That can't go on YouTube because of Toei. So it will instead go on Patreon, which is also where the Kamen Rider Geats trailer is at. So if you ever want to watch my reaction to those trailers when they first come out, you have to unfortunately sub to the Patreon because I don't have any other choice because Toei won't let them be on YouTube. I guess I could put them on like Daily Motion, but what am I going to do? Link you the Daily Motion page? Just, as little as $1 on Patreon, you can see that stuff. And if you decide after that you want to cancel because you watch what you want to watch, hey, that's on you. Please don't, but if you do, I can't stop you. So it is ad time again, Nightbot? Wow.
Sure, Nightbot.
We've been making pretty good time now, though. We still got an hour of the podcast. Talk about all this stuff, do the corner, do the plugs, do the assignment. We're doing good.
Yes.
We hurried up, Will. So, our first bit of news here, and this is just giving it a like. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
This is your first redacted on the docket, I do believe.
Yes.
The Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collection is coming out for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. This will be all 6 of the Pixel remasters that are on Steam right now, available in one big collection.
Okay.
It's $75.
Holy cow. Wow.
Now, $75 is how much all of them cost on Steam if you buy them all individually. But you would think when you're selling them as a pack, you would maybe give a discount.
Maybe. Is that... How many games was it?
It's 6 games. Remasters of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, 1 through 6, straight through,
yeah.
right?
The problem is...
In the correct order?
Yeah, they're in the correct order. The original Japanese order.
Okay.
The problem is...
Man, I'd like that, but that's too much money.
The text hasn't been rescaled for console. So, PC version, you boot the game up, it uses your refresh rate and the resolution of your monitor, like most games do, to figure out what scale the text should be at. The console version is locked at the default, which means that your characters' names, the enemy names, and the text that comes up at the top of the screen, your menus, is all going to be really hard to read on small or big TVs, depending on how far away you're sitting from it. Because it's not adaptive like most console games are to the size of your television, to whatever your console's outputting at. It's locked to the original default.
Wow.
$75.
Okay. Well, no. I mean, awesome that you're giving all that together, but no thank you.
And as a reminder, these are the Pixel remasters that were based off of the mobile ports of the games originally, which means that the sprites are remastered version of those sprites. They're still better than those sprites by far, but they're not one-to-one to the original games. It's not just, hey, this is the sprite, but it looks better. They're redone sprites.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem for Final Fantasy 1 or Final Fantasy 2. But when you start getting into like Final Fantasy 4, stuff starts to not look the way you remember it looking.
Yeah. But there is ways to get like that original 8-bit, 16-bit look.
Yeah.
So, just not in this pack. But there is ways to get them.
Also, just a reminder, I'm not saying, hey, piracy is always the option, but if you're on console, you can get a Raspberry Pi for like $30 now.
Like really run this PlayStation 2,
Yeah. You can run those SNES games no problem, man. Not even counting the GBA games. You can run a GBA emulator on your phone. It's like $75? No, thank you.
Well, not condoning it. It's your choice to take sale.
Yeah. I think that's a ridiculous asking price when you don't have adaptive refresh or adaptive text.
Like, I'm trying to think of where, like that would be an awesome collection to have just because of the story and the gameplay of each game.
Yeah, 100%.
But for $75, man, you need to offer something.
Yeah, and there's nothing. There's no extras in that pack. It's just, hey, here's the 6 Pixel remasters.
Yeah, sell it with a Nintendo controller that'll work on the PC.
That'd be great.
Something like that.
Yeah. Or at least on Switch, give me a theme.
Yeah.
Give me a profile picture for all consoles.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go over as well as they think.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
And because it's Square, it's not going on sale anytime soon on consoles.
Yeah, and there you have it.
Stuff on Steam goes on sale all the time, but the console stuff?
No.
So, yeah. Play them on Steam, where you can download the mods that let you have the original sprites again for Celeste and Locke and stuff from FF6. Which, again, let me pull up a picture here to show you, chat. The new sprites don't look bad, right? It's not that I'm just over here bashing them, because I don't think the FF6 pixel remaster sprites look bad. But when we compare them,
they just don't look right.
Yeah.
That's your problem. That's your problem, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't look right. Huh?
Yeah.
Maybe
so,
it's not about how you feel.
I've got an image here that someone has made, which is great. Thank you so much for making this. You made it as a WebP, though, so you're the worst, and I'm going to reconvert it back to a JPEG. No, it's mine. I converted it. I own it now. So, for instance, I'm going to send this to you as well, Rembrandt.
Okay. Show him. Show the world.
When we look at the original version, then we have the mobile version, then we have the redone version from the mobile version. They look way better than the mobile versions, right? They absolutely look way better than the mobile versions. But look at that Rosa from FF4 versus that Rosa from FF4.
Maybe going back to FF1 there.
Yeah.
That upres, and I realize it's just on the PS1, right? But that upres really is that enough to sell it again.
Right.
You haven't jumped it up that much.
Right.
But
and
the
I don't know, I guess it's just how soft the pixel remasters make them look.
If you go from you can't quite see the the squares as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I just quite so pixelated.
I personally don't like that. That's not what they're supposed to look like to me. Why does Rosa look so different?
Yeah.
But that's just me, chat. That's just me.
All right.
Next up, and this is the news that I was checking out right before the podcast started. Game Theory has been bought out.
Okay.
Now, Game Theory, you may say, why are we talking about this, Trey? This is just some YouTuber. Game Theory is a pretty popular YouTuber, right? He's got 3 main channels: Game Theory, Food Theory, Movie Theory, or Film Theory, I guess. The reason this is news is because YouTubers don't normally get bought out by networks anymore. That's not how that works. Normally, it's partnerships.
Yeah, true.
They sold the company to this company. Game Theory, Matt Pat sold his company with his channel to this company, and now technically is an employee of them.
Well.
And you may say, well, Trey, even that's not really newsworthy, though. It's a strange occurrence. But I started digging into this company, because I went to their website, and this company's called Lunar X. And now I'm going to send you the link to their website, but there's not really much to it, chat. I'm going to put it in the chat in case you want to go there. But it might as well not be there, to be honest with you. Because it's kind of just a GIF that loops.
Okay.
That says elevating content, enabling creators. If you click on their About Us, it pops up a thing that says Lunar X is a future-forward media company that invests in digital-first content brands to elevate them into globally loved franchises. We believe that the most successful content brands of the future will emerge not from boardrooms, but from creators who are able to expand their reach and transcend their platforms to better connect with the communities who love their work. And then you can go to their LinkedIn. So I did. Also, real quick, in the bottom corner of their website, if you click on the imprint button, you can see where this website was made and an inquiry into it. If I didn't know better, I think this. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the website was made in Berlin,
Okay.
Deutschland,
Right.
which means that's legit. It was actually made in Berlin. It doesn't say Berlin, Germany. It says Berlin, Deutschland. So the website, whoever made this website, is absolutely actually in Germany, right?
Yeah.
The company's headquarters is not in Germany. The company's headquarters is in the UK, in London specifically.
Okay.
They claim to have 51 to 200 employees, but only 26 of them were on LinkedIn,
51 to 200.
which is a very
Yeah.
interesting number, right?
Yeah. Can you be a little more specific?
The company was founded last year,
Interesting.
and I'm not going to say names here, but I need you to understand that the chief creative officer of their company, who lives in London, has in his profile that he's the chief creative officer, he's a showrunner, he's a global entertainment executive, he's a story, IP, and franchise development lead, he's into animation, real-time, and virtual production, ML and generative AI for M&E, XR leader for VR, AR, and MR, and a Web3 newbie. Thank you for that, Quack. This person is currently SVP, showrunner, and executive producer for Lunar X, CCO for Masterpiece Studio, another company, and consulting head of story, IP, and franchise for Opus Group Limited.
Pretty sure some of those just made up.
Yeah, how are you a CCO for a company and a creative lead for another company and a showrunner for another company and a consulting head for another company? Yeah, he's on that grind.
Absolutely. Yes.
Now, I'm not trying to say this is a scam, because I don't know that. But I watched Matt Pat's video about, and I watched his video quick. I watched his video while you were getting a drink before the podcast started. In his video, he talks about how he's, for the last couple weeks, been talking to Lunar X, and they're talking about trying to set up Netflix shows, and they're talking about trying to launch another channel for the series, and how the channel's just going to grow, and they've got more stuff coming. And 2 weeks is not long enough to talk to somebody about selling out your company. And if they're promising you a Netflix show when their website is just that, they don't even have proof of other shows. They don't have proof of other creators that they're working with.
Well, in a weird phrase, there's truth to saying it's who you know, not what you know, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering basically who they know.
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot. If you come through on all that, great.
Yeah.
And
I hope for his sake they do. But this sure doesn't seem right to me. And the main point of bringing this up is that this is, it's a certified yikes. This is happening, right? This has been happening for a while, of like crypto scams that were trying to buy out channels, and they couldn't buy out channels, and so they hacked the channels instead by offering sponsorships, and this might not be that. This could be completely on the up and up, and it's just a new startup company run by people that know what they're doing. However, even if it is that, every single time that this happens, every single time, Polaris, Machinima, all it has done is kill channels. Because MCN's content creator networks just cannot keep going. They die every time. And so even if this is legit, it's not good. Yeah, Polaris, like, their people were doing great, and it did not matter because you can't cover that overhead with just YouTube. Can't do it. There's a reason people like Mr. Beast don't have a whole network of channels. They have like 4 channels, and that's it. And they run those channels.
Yeah. I mean, they have help, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what you mean.
One of your favorite channels got hacked a while. Yeah, it happened to a lot of people. Even PewDiePie doesn't have an MCN. He doesn't have his own network, even though he's like top of the line, because it's not sustainable. You can't afford to keep that many people employed to make videos.
Yeah.
Like, you look at what happened to College Humor and everything there. Like, even if this is not a scam, pretty sure it is. It's not good. So just wanted to call that out of, hey, if you know a YouTuber that's talking about buying into Lunar X, should maybe encourage them to look at this website and look into this company, because
yeah, yeah, but yeah, and each one of them are running their own. Linus Tech Tips, definitely.
But when I say they should look into it more, I found all this information in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I tracked down all this in 5 minutes.
Well,
should at least, if you got a favorite YouTuber that's looking into being bought out by this company, ask him to look for 5 minutes at this website and to dig into it, because there's just so much that brings up red flags to me here.
yeah.
This website is Amtsgericht Charlottenburg, which is like, sure, that's legit, but it means the website's being hosted in Germany. Why is the website being hosted in Germany if their main office is in London? Why does their LinkedIn page say that they have offices in Germany, London, Madrid, and Los Angeles, and yet they only list one head office? What are the other 3 offices? Are they satellite offices? What are they?
As long as you got the check up front.
So, anyway, I'll stop this hit piece against a company that I don't know if it's a scam or not. I wanted to bring to light the fact that, hey, when people offer you stuff like this, you need to look into it. And I'm not saying Matt Pat hasn't. It's possible he's looked into all this and it's come back legit. I don't know. But I will tell you the tone of that video is, we're the ones who gave a copy of Undertale to the Pope. We're the ones who gave all this money to charity. We're moving on up in the world. We did all this great stuff. And it seems like he's drunk the Kool-Aid.
Hey, he bought the sales pitch.
Yeah. But could all be legit. I want to clarify, I am not trying to say this company is not a real company. I'm not trying to defame them in any way, shape, or form.
Just smells fishy.
Yeah. Normally, if it smells fishy, it is. But anyway, that's where that is. So the next bit of news here, and this one's we're probably going to talk about this one just as long. Sleep with one eye open, yeah, for sure. Let's talk about the Diablo 4 Collector's Edition. I want to point out I accidentally typed Diablo 4, and I'm not upset about it.
Well, it probably shouldn't be. This is Diablo 4. Blizzard putting out Diablo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like Diablo, except it's got a picture of this white dude on front, kind of muscular, with his shirt open and blonde hair flowing in the wind.
Yeah, and he's got a Fiat in the back. Also, it doesn't come with a game. Diablo 4.
Right, just like this. $110 special collector's edition box. No game.
What are they doing? So, let me tell you what is in this box.
Okay.
2-sided electric candle of creation with Lilith on one side and Inarius on the other. A Diablo 4 themed occult mousepad. A cloth map of Sanctuary.
Yeah.
A pin of the Herodrum. The Diablo 4 Collector's Edition art book. And 2 1854 by 1079 matte fine art prints. One of Lilith, an Inferius, and another of Hell. What it does not come with is the actual game that you're trying to purchase.
Yeah, this is the narcissism and arrogance this company seems to have.
Yep.
Is astounding.
Now,
by the way,
go ahead.
Congratulations, Messi and Argentina.
Yeah.
They beat France in the World Cup. Yeah, I don't know. As half British, I don't know how to feel about that, but congratulations to Argentina.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no games. I believe the price is around $110. It may be wrong on that.
It is before tax, it is $96.66.
Okay, so I was counting in the tax. If you had to pay tax on it, roughly.
Now,
So $100 still.
you only have to spend an additional $70 to get the standard version of the game. But it's okay. It's okay. It's 70 and not 60, even though it's going to be on PC, and PC games don't do the 70 and not 60, because it's coming with several cosmetics for WoW, Diablo 4, Diablo 3, and Diablo Immortal.
Oh,
But if you
man.
get the digital deluxe version, which is $90, you also get additional cosmetics, early access, and the premium battle pass access. But if you get the ultimate edition, which is $100, then you get all of what I've already said, and also a special emote and 20 tier skips for the premium battle pass. So it's only going to cost you $210 to get all of the Diablo 4 stuff. I understand.
Oh, you shouldn't. Nobody's blaming you, sir. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's horrible. And look, I like Diablo. I played Diablo 1. I had the mod where you could kill other players and collect their ears.
Yeah.
I put many hours in Diablo 2, and I know people who put many hours into Diablo 2 today.
Yeah, I put a bunch in Diablo 3. I don't even know how many times I beat Diablo 3.
Yeah, went through Diablo 3. It was a really fun co-op game.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I played it most. Went through it. And then it's just this, I don't know, the embarrassment of the cringeworthiness of the announcement of Diablo Immortal.
Yep. Don't you guys have phones?
Yeah, and just the amount. Hey, this is just extra stuff that's not going to affect the gameplay at all. Has nothing to do with the game.
Yeah.
Well, maybe some other games, but not this one.
Yeah.
For $100.
Oh, for sure, Blood Alibi. I almost titled this podcast, Don't You Guys Own the Game Already?
Ridiculous. It's
What a garbage. And while we're talking about garbage,
my gosh,
Epic is shutting down a bunch of old servers.
Okay.
And I've got the list here for you. And you tell me if any of these sound like things that maybe should probably be kept up for a little bit longer.
All right.
And then I'm going to drop a bomb on you that is terrifying. So first off, 1,000 Tiny Claws. Nobody's probably playing that game, right? Makes sense. Dance Central 1 to 3. Sure. People have moved on to the newer games,
Yeah.
Green Day Rock Band. Well, that's unfortunate. Because you have to, well, I agree, but you have to ping the server to use your DLC, so when the server goes down, you can't use the DLC you purchased. That's not great. They can fix that. They won't. They can fix that. Monsters Stole My Princess. Again, probably nobody playing that anymore. I get it. Rock Band 1 to 3. Now, Rock Band 4's online multiplayer is going to stay up, but 1 to 3 will not. That's the same problem as Rock Band Green Day. The Beatles Rock Band has the exact same problem. Ooh. Supersonic Acrobat Rod-powered battle cars. Sure. Don't hear people talk about that one very often. Unreal Tournament Gold.
Interesting.
Unreal 2 The Awakening. Unreal Tournament 2003, Unreal Tournament 2004, Unreal Tournament 3, and Unreal Tournament Game of the Year Edition. Those are online multiplayer games. They're still selling them.
And there's the rub. And they won't let anybody put up independent servers either, I bet.
No, and they put them on sale for $2.99 for the whole pack of all of them the day that they announced they're taking the servers down. So if you just check the store, you see all these Unreal games are free. Basically,
Right.
it's $2.99 for like 4 Unreal games. You're
Well,
gonna
they're
want to
known
play
for
them,
they're known for their single player mode anyway,
right? Yeah, of course.
right?
So just like, what is wrong with you, man? How dare you put them on sale the day you announce you're taking the servers down?
Well, it seems like some of those don't seem like they're going to take up a massive space on the server sizes of today.
Right,
You know, is it really that much space? What are you getting rid of?
right.
Like, I'm sure Unreal 1, Unreal 2, I don't know. Maybe it can't be on the same server, but I don't see them being, needing massive power and massive,
Right.
massive speed and support. I don't know.
Would you like to know how long Unreal Engine 3 has been available for people to play online?
Oh, probably going to aggravate me. How long?
24 years.
That's
The
impressive.
servers have been online for 24 years. And they're just going to take them down.
It's rough.
Like at that point, put up a community supported page or something and let people run those servers on their own. Because if that game's been online for 24 years, people will pay to keep going.
Right. Somebody just on, just to do it would make the server.
Yeah, that's right, Will. And that's the other thing, Roxanne. A bunch of those games most people aren't playing, right? So I get it. But it's for the people that bought the DLC for Rock Band and for the audacity of putting the games on sale the day you announce you're taking the servers down. Now, granted, you can get them on sale and you can play them for a little while until they take the servers down. But, what can you do? Nice.
Right on.
And I wish I could say the news gets better, but the news is just going to start getting more interesting. Since we're talking about Epic, Epic Games is probably going to wind up having to pay $520 million per the FPC because of Fortnite.
That's a lot.
Yeah. $275 million of it is supposed to go to the U.S. government to resolve claims that Epic violated the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, which is COPPA.
Which would probably have something to do with loot boxes, or could.
It's not just loot boxes; it's privacy of children's accounts on their game as well. But loot boxes are part of it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old fork knife. Yeah, that lawsuit is actually moving now. By gathering the personal information of kids under the age of 13 without first receiving their parents' verifiable consent. And of course, this is the largest fine the FTC has ever imposed for a rule that it enforces. The other half of the settlement, the $245 million, will be as refunds to consumers who were allegedly harmed by user interface design choices the FTC claims were deceptive, which is where the loot boxes come in.
Okay, yeah.
That is the largest administrative order in FTC history, with like number of names of consumers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Epic, of course, their response to this is, no developer creates a game with the intention of ending up here. We accepted this agreement because we want Epic to be at the forefront of consumer protection and provide the best experience for our players. But the FTC chair, Lena Khan, said that the settlement reflects the FTC's heightened focus on privacy and so-called dark patterns. Oof, indeed. A term that the FTC uses to describe design elements intended to nudge users towards a company's preferred result, which is loot boxes, Yeah, Ninja better be careful. So that's where we get into what Blunt Alibi said a minute ago of too addicting. They are trying to encourage, through the use of the Battle Pass and the loot boxes, encourage people to just play Fortnite all the time, which is not healthy for children to be encouraged to just play this game all the time.
Yeah. Got absolutely no problem with children playing games.
Right.
But honestly, there needs to be a variety. Not just one game.
Now,
So
again,
after Minecraft next.
right. Again, before people go, well, why now? let's not forget that all this year the FTC has been under fire by a lot of different organizations, and I'm not defending them, but they have been called out a lot this year for inaction. And it feels like they are now suddenly trying to make up for it and go, all right, you think we're not doing anything? Well, then we'll do something. Then why won't we? And that's sort of what everybody wanted to happen when they called them out. So, like,
yes, mine alibi. You can say that. So part
for
of
sure.
that is on that.
Yeah.
That's a different. Talking about different levels of accountability, but
right.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that.
I think parents should not allow their kids to just play Fortnite for 16 hours a day. At the same time, that I think Fortnite should not encourage children to play for 16 hours a day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Epic needs to put in a system where it goes, you've been playing for a long time, you should go outside, like some Nintendo games do. But I think maybe not having a battle pass that goes away and encourages you to just grind at it until you get the stuff you want while buying huge characters' skins that children enjoy from their television shows and movies, while also giving loot boxes that encourage them to keep playing for the gambling sake of it is maybe not the way to do it.
The gambling rule kind of gets real hazy, and that seems to come up quite a bit. This is not the first news story with it, obviously, on that.
But I could see real easy how a kid could obsess over Fortnite.
Well, that and the addiction, is too addicting. Actually, the argument goes way back, as just about as long as video games have been out.
Yeah, it does. It does.
16 a lot more, yeah.
But no, I have a member of my family, one of my little brothers, has a very obsessive personality, and Minecraft is a problem for him, which is why I got a chuckle out of you saying, are they going into Minecraft next? Because he obsesses over Minecraft. It's all he'll think about if he gets to play it for a little while. And Fortnite is infinitely worse in that regard than Minecraft is. And so that, we got to protect the kids, man. Ad time. But I do agree. Parents should also be making sure their kids aren't doing it.
Yeah.
Epic's come under a lot of fire over the years because of, hey, we didn't have a second protection to make sure that to make sure that people they didn't get prompted again for, are you sure you want to buy this? Things like that were a big problem early on with Fortnite, and it seems like it's just been mired in controversy ever since.
I know. All right.
We do have one more thing to talk about with the FTC here. And that is an update to what we talked about last week with Microsoft versus the FTC. And Rugran's going to field this one, so please go ahead, sir.
I've got I went to the government website to see the FTC statement.
I wish we had battle.
All right. So the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission is seeking to block the technology giant Microsoft from acquiring leading video game Activision Blizzard. Right? It's a $69 billion deal. And just my personal belief, Activision Blizzard did some stuff that really lowered their stock price quite a bit.
Yeah.
That allowed the sale to go through. Still 60. It's the largest Microsoft's ever paid, and it's definitely the largest in video game industry, which I think we're going to see stuff that anyway.
Yeah.
The video game industry is just ballooned, you know? They allow those to suppress the titles and rapidly grow their subscription content and cloud-based gaming businesses while suppressing competitors. Now this is weird because we've actually talked about a lot of the studios have been purchased, but we've mentioned, we haven't just mentioned Microsoft.
Right.
We have talked about Microsoft. We talked about Sony, and others doing it. But once again, Microsoft is an American company.
Right.
So
they fall under the purview of the FTC.
Yeah. So it actually, yes. And so it pointed back to when they bought Bethesda and decided to make Starfield and Redfall exclusives. Just now, here's where it gets a little weird because this is part of their case. Despite assurances it had given to European antitrust authorities that it had no incentive to withhold games from rival consoles. Now, the European antitrust authorities have commented on this in the EU and they never said that.
Right.
So that's a weird part of their anyway. That's kind of been pushed off that no, they didn't say that. Whether you think it's right or wrong,
Right.
push it off.
A lot of money.
It says Microsoft has already shown that it can and will withhold content from its gaming rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Holly Vidova said she's the director of the FTC's Bureau of Competition. Let me get this next part right here.
Oh, I understand. I just had to do the same thing myself. I understand.
What it brings up and what it points to is brings out this case is okay, Activision, and they list Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Diablo, and Overwatch, and all their active users. That Activision, as of now, offers things on every platform. So basically what they're saying is now not the commission. There's 4 people on the commission, and it was a 3-1 vote to go after them.
Okay.
There was one commissioner that was like, no, I don't see the problem with that. Now, one of the jobs of the FTC is to promote competition.
Right.
And there's some other things. Now, they did say, do you remember that they didn't see any financial reason to make any games exclusive?
Right.
And then they did with Starfield and Redfall. But PS5 really outsold the new Xbox.
Yeah.
See, get Master Chief. Throw that. Oh, it's a lot of money.
That's it really, and I looked at the numbers myself when you mentioned it the other day, but it amazes me that PS5 outsold it because they were unable to be found for so long. We have a hydrate. Thank you.
Hydrate. Okay. Yeah.
But that's how things go. It's the console that has more exclusives, so it's the one that sold.
Yeah. So they didn't make money off the consoles they were made to. So they made a couple of things exclusive to sell more consoles, which is a business thing. Is good, but it doesn't look good when you're buying out all this stuff and you're spending $69 billion to be even bigger.
And then saying, but we're not going to make everything exclusive. Don't worry.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that's been in the works since Microsoft was like, okay, we're getting them, is actually bringing Call of Duty to the Switch.
Right.
And they've been working on that. So that kind of goes in their favor.
Right. I have no idea how that's going to run.
Yeah. Okay.
Like for all the things that's out in Hey Witcher 3 on Switch, it does not look like Witcher 3 on the Switch.
So as far as the laws go, the FTC thinks it's a big enough deal to put them to do something. But to me, it seems a little strange. And I'm not saying the deal is good or bad. Something needs to happen with Activision.
Right. Oh, yeah, 100%. I think everybody can agree to that.
Right.
Something has to change at Actiblizz, for sure.
Yeah. But I don't know that it's going to take a lot. Microsoft will get Activision. It will just take them longer to do it. Is what my prediction is coming out of this. I don't think it will be shut down completely.
Yeah. Chat, it's possible they could run a online cloud version like they do for Witcher 3 and for Kingdom Hearts on the Switch, where it runs the bare minimum of that game and the rest is put on your connection. It could work that way, but I don't see how it could run native for sure.
Yeah.
Porting COD Mobile would be a much easier way to do it, but my expectation is they want to be able to say, hey, we put the newest Modern Warfare on there. It'll probably be a cloud version.
Yeah. So it's tangled up. There will be a lawsuit. It's going to go to court. they're going to argue both sides, and then a judge will decide. So
Yeah.
that's where it is right now.
All right, then. Well, let's throw it over to Rundgren's Corner.
Hey,
I'll start getting together the stuff for the assignment tonight while you tell us what you got.
Okay, let me straighten out some of this. All right, first of all, I had a really close parents looking up, deciding whose birthday it was. I found two cool ones. The first of all, I'd like to say happy birthday to Adam Powell. Um, he is a Welsh computer programmer,
Yeah.
and he was the game designer for Neopets.
Oh.
Okay, so
All right.
he's got a little pedigree. But I've got one more birthday today, and I'm going to set it up. If you remember the other day, we were talking. This is going to sound so weird to chat, I'm sure. Remember the other day I mentioned to you that Bollywood, one of the Big Brother directors, one of the three Big Brothers over there that directs, had remade Forrest Gump. We were talking about no Neopets.
It was a whole website with a whole thing.
The whole
They
thing.
had the best online games on them.
I think there was like some kind of plushies.
There were, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. With ones that crawl around. The where was I? Oh, yes, the Forrest Gump, the Indian Forrest Gump ride, and how it was because Bollywood has like its own stories that it puts out, and they have these movies and effects and the way they tell a tale. You know, it comes from that, and there's different places all around the world, and it came. This birthday kind of came by accidentally, but I took it as a sign. I need to talk about him. There's an actor. I'm probably gonna pronounce his name wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But his
Understand.
name is Jang Hyuk,
Okay.
and he's a Korean actor. Now I knew him from a movie called The Swordsman that I need to watch again.
Sword.
Out. Yeah. I believe it came out. This was before 2020, but it kind of led me on this rabbit trail, and the amount of movies. Like, if you want to feel you've done nothing with your life, look at the amount of movies this guy has done.
I love that movie. I was making sure it's the same movie. I love that movie. The main character of that movie is the guy that plays Kamen Rider Den-O, Ryotaro Nogami. His name is Takeru Sato.
Okay. Nice. Let's see. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, Jang Hyuk, for sure.
Okay. Yes. Am I getting corrected?
Yeah. No, you're not getting corrected. You said it right.
Okay, I did good. All right. We've
actually seen Forrest Gump. It's a good movie. You should watch
it. It is a good movie. I don't know. It's interesting because they have special effects in that movie. It's like the first time they did that.
Yeah.
So well, like I said, it led me all over a rabbit hole, and the amount of movies that the guy's done, and the different. They're not only the amount of movies he's done, but the different amount of movies, like the different characters he's played. He's been going since like 1998, and put out. He's got a movie coming out next year.
Okay.
Or a TV series coming out next year. But I don't know. I was like, oh my gosh, this is one of the hardest working actors I've ever seen.
Right.
Yeah. He's in music. He's got music videos.
Oh, that's
He released an album. Yeah. He released an album. He wrote a book. I'm telling you.
All right.
I don't care where. If you think you've done something, you haven't.
Right.
Okay. He's got all kinds of awards and everything else. He wrote a book, put an album. He starred TV, movies, and the list is ridiculous. So I just wanted to point him out that maybe so. I think for me, I had no idea. I knew him from The Swordsman.
Yeah.
Jang Hyuk. It's spelled Jang, and the last name is Hyuk. The I think there was a series that got him real big, and I may not have this exactly right, but I think there was a series called Volcano High.
Okay.
Well, first name, you say it first. The but he did. But then I was like, man, I've seen this guy. Had no idea. You do know him? Okay, awesome,
Jing Hyuk.
awesome. Like I said, when I looked into his discography, I was like, holy cow, this guy's done everything you can do with. You can put out an album, write a book, do some bunch of TV series, do a bunch of movies. I play,
Wow.
and it's yeah. Like I said, if you just look at the movie covers, and some of them are NSFW, but it's it's really, I don't know. I don't have. It'd be tough to say my favorite movie, but I wanted to say happy birthday to Adam Pallin and Jang Hyuk. But made a
For
little
sure.
splash, and for me that was learning something new.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Maybe my favorite movie
exactly.
might be Train to Busan.
Disney's Robin Hood is classic.
It's a great movie.
It is. Yeah, more power to exactly. This dude put as far as his career goes, he put the pedal to the metal and just kept at it. All right, I've got a story for you.
Okay.
Okay, and this will go in line with warnings we've been given that we have been giving off this to let the world know the dangers that are out there. I want to point this out. Okay, this is not nice. A man in the UK miraculously survived a broken neck, fractured spine, smashed ribs, blood in his lungs, and what the ER described as other car crash evoking injuries.
Wow.
Yes. Now, this all happened when he tripped over his cat. The
Well
the
then.
freak the freak accident that was has been referred to by him as Apocalypse Meow um, happened. I want to point out the like I said, this is massive injuries. Um, he has the cat that the accident happened in is one of the hairless cats.
Ah.
Yeah, which are evil incarnate anyway. They look neat, but they're even. Uh, uh, yeah, no, they're just evil.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it to them. Um,
Yeah. They want blood.
yeah, he was going down the stairs. Now they say tripped over the cat, but here's where it gets a little fishy. Distress, disaster struck after the wrinkly kitty, apparently feeling playful, dove out and latched onto one of its owner's legs while it was coming down the
Ah.
stairs. Yes,
There we
this
go.
is
The truth
starting to
comes
look.
out.
This is starting to look premeditated, as even the cats are turning and guessing. Yes, yeah. No, he attacked him. Cat threw him down the stairs.
It might as
Yes,
well have.
I think so. The Now all these injuries, he went down 14. I think he said 14 stairs, not 14
Man.
flights, but 14 stairs. Um, and he couldn't get up. He said it was the hardest sensation because he couldn't get up. He couldn't physically go anywhere and do anything, and his phone was dead. Uh,
Rough.
he had to lie unattended for 14 hours uh, in a pool of his own blood. He had gashed his head open, didn't realize it until he managed to move himself a little bit and saw all the blood.
Yeah.
His wife is the one who found him. The When she normally gets home at 8:30 in the morning, but she didn't get home till after 10. So it was
I
a bad
gotcha.
day for her to be running late. It was.
Yeah.
Uh
A lot of stairs, man.
she she the emergency service, they said they got there within minutes. Uh uh and they helped him out, they drugged him up, got him out of there. The Now here's another little thing. The Because he says he can't explain the pain. He realized he cut his head and saw the blood later on, and he found out about all the other injuries he had. But if that wasn't bad enough,
Hmm.
the cat started stamping up and down on his chest, a move he was doing all night until the wife got home in the morning and found the cat at the top of the stairs complaining for food.
Wow. All right. All right. That's attempted murder. There's
Yeah,
nothing
poor two
forward at
flights
that
of
point. That's
stairs. This
attempted
story,
murder.
I'm pretty sure, have a different ending.
Yeah. Cat was
Is that what
performing
it was? You see,
CPR.
I'm not sure the cat was performing CPR. I'm trying to because of the horror of other tales. Because we just heard about animals coming to the rescue. Stepping out of their comfort zone to help people, and then this.
Yeah.
It's a very scary world. Beware of your cats. But
All right.
that's
Then.
what I got.
Well, I have. While we've been going over this, I have been gathering stuff. I had to redo deal. I didn't realize that I had accidentally removed a game from the list,
Oh,
and I rolled the d20, and it kept landing on 20, which was vacant, and so I had to
where?
track that game down again. But I have the games ready. We'll set up the
Okay.
poll. Before we do that,
Cats are crazy. Yes.
gonna talk about your assignment.
Yes, we do.
The Historical Society is very upset. There was a
Sure they are.
flagrant disregard for historical accuracy.
Yes.
References
That may not
made.
be all on me though.
No, it wasn't all your fault.
Okay.
But references
Okay.
made to things that could not exist at the time. And they
Yeah,
need
sure.
us to take a step back while they do damage control.
Right. Good beatboxing though. Good beatboxing.
Yeah, I was impressed. So, chat, I'm putting the options on screen for what the dice rolled on. I know there's some people that are very excited for a couple games. I wish that I could give you good news to the people that are excited about those couple games, but I can't. Sorry. But just keep waiting for the dice roll.
All right. Yeah.
Chat.
Yeah.
Make the poll. For anybody who does not know how this goes, every week, Rungren gets a new assignment from a collection of games that are put into a docket. I roll a d20 twice, and we get both those games and make the poll. If you're watching this on YouTube later and you say, well, I didn't get to be a part of the poll, then you should watch live, because even the people on YouTube get to vote. YouTube, vote 1 or 2. 1 is the one on the left, 2 is the one on the right. Do not say the names of the game, please. Please. Because we don't want Rungren to know
Yes.
what the other options are if he hasn't seen them yet. And chat, I'm not making the poll 3 minutes this time. I'm making it 2, and the poll is live. Left for yours. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Trails, I wish we could put a Trails game on this list. He does his assignment over the course of an hour or two, depending on the game, on Wednesdays at 7 CT, so y'all don't forget about that.
You can't pick me up. I can't see anything.
The vote right now is really interesting because the YouTube vote is going the other way of Twitch vote, but I'm compiling all votes.
All right. Yeah, playing both at the same time would break my brain.
At some point, trails will probably wind up in here for just like transparency's sake for people that are curious. These games are either games that I have received code for that I never got to make a video on, or games that were given to me as part of either Humble Bundle sales, which I troll constantly now to see if I can get a great deal on some cool games, or from Humble Choice. And it's a game that I wanted to make a video on and just never got around to doing. And we all know me, I'm not going to have time to go back. So it allows Rungren to have a fun stream and allows games to get covered on the channel that probably wouldn't get covered otherwise, you know?
There we go.
You have about 20 seconds left on the poll.
All right.
And there's a pretty clear winner right now. I'm really excited for this one to win, honestly, because I think you're going to really enjoy it. I hope.
Okay, well, I have my pencil at the ready to write down the title.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I counted off. There's actually like 3 more seconds to go. 1. All right.
Yes.
The winner is Framed Collection.
Okay. Framed
Collection. Let me get the
Interesting.
his finger was out of focus. Let me get the code back up here. I thought I had it ready and I did not. I got a lot of tabs with codes, okay, chat? I need to just start putting them in the docket with the ones that I roll on so that I can just quickly give you the code. I don't remember where I put it. Hold on.
Will you now?
I have to go through every month on here. I'll find it.
I don't have it yet. I don't
There
have
it
it yet, Chad.
There it is.
Don't have it yet.
All right. Now this is
I hope you're here to watch too as well.
Framed Collection. Sending you the code now.
Awesome.
Yep. And this one I think is going to
Okay.
be really interesting, Chad. I think this is going to be right up his alley. Hurry up, Trey.
All right.
All right.
Interesting.
Well, let's get into plugs, and then we'll get into the schedule for the week.
Actually, is my plug for the week. It's a really funny, nerdy game show.
Okay.
And a lot of the contestants on there used to be with College Humor. And so that,
Okay, no, that makes sense.
quick-minded people that know nerdy stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So throw them out there. Really fun. Yeah. Like nerdy things. It's a good game show.
Nice. I'm going to plug Sorted Food. They do a lot of interesting stuff. They also have an app that we're not sponsored by them, but they have an app that gives you like, hey, this if you put in the stuff you have in your fridge, it'll give you recipes that you can cook with that stuff, so it doesn't go to waste. But they do a series called Pass It On, where they have 4 different people, one of whom is a professional chef and 3 of whom are not, attempt to do a like tag relay recipe where each one comes into the kitchen with no idea what's going on and has to pick up context clues. And I won't spoil too much about the one that I just watched today, but somebody walked into a room, saw a pizza that was being made, and said, "Oh, we're making pie." And I was like, "Oh, he got it. They're making pizza." And he legitimately thought they were making a pie.
Ooh.
Pizza was already sauced.
Oh.
So, you know, should maybe check that stuff out, you know, expired eggs and grape jelly sandwich. So it's a pretty cool show. That's all the plugs I have for this week.
Right on.
So the schedule for this week. We have, of course, Rungren's assignment tomorrow where he'll be playing the Framed Collection.
Yes.
Be pretty cool, I think. Thursday, we'll be covering some more, eventually changing. We're going to get there. We're covering some more 1D&D stuff, I do believe.
Yes,
So,
we are.
Excited for that. Friday's painting stream, because of the holidays, has been moved up. I did a vote, and the majority voted for noon for the stream. So we'll be doing Friday's painting stream at noon instead of normal 7. Noon CT.
Streaming at the butt crack of noon.
That's right. And we'll be finishing off this lady.
Cool.
I'm excited for that. And next Monday, we'll come back for Lotro. I'm a little over-leveled, but it's fine. It's fine.
I'll get there.
It's fine. I'm still under-leveled technically compared to the story chat, so, I mean, you can't be too mad at me.
Yes.
And then next Tuesday, we'll have a regular podcast, you know?
That's just on the schedule.
Should be pretty standard, by all means. Yeah. Channel-wise, Crisis Core Reunion First Impressions should go up tomorrow. And then probably some podcast highlights throughout the rest of the week as we start getting ready for Goaties. Because those are coming up. Month's almost over already.
Yes, they are.
And that'll be the end of the year. So I'm gonna try and finish Digimon Survive, but I'm not gonna stay up like I was doing for Xenoblade to try and beat it. If I beat it, great. If not, I've put like 30 hours into it already. I can talk about it. But yeah, that's all that I got. Anything that we might have forgotten that you can think of?
I think you got it.
All right.
That's very rude. That's very rude, Roxanne.
Well, until next time then, I've been Trey.
I've been Roman.
And this has been the Full Spectrum Podcast. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Life has to offer.